when you're training somebody, what signs does somebody give you to say, this guy is potentially a guy that could be a guy at that level? And at that level, I mean, these guys have made it at the highest level of a game. It's not like they're not they're the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
So you're talking about whoever is in the NBA today, they're a Hollywood celebrity on the high school campus. Everyone on college campus knows them. Then you go into the NBA like, oh shit, I'm a bench warmer, I'm coming up, then it's all-star, then it's this, then it's that. What signs do you see where you say, this guy's different? There's something about this guy that's different. There's something about her that's different. What are those signs that you see that you said there's a very distinct difference between this guy and that guy? He's just as talented. She's just as talented, but there's something very weird and different about his personality. What are some of those things?
If you just pay attention to the details, those distinctions are easy to see. All right. Everybody talks about working hard, showing up early, showing up late, doing all. Everybody can do that. It's the mannerisms of the way they carry themselves. It's the way they compete. It's the way they listen. It's the way they absorb information, how coachable they are. The one thing all my athletes in business, in sports, the best of the best are so coachable. They listen. They absorb the information. They pay attention. They're there. They're willing. They want that information, and they know the difference between false information and information that can actually work for them. You know, Kobe had with the first interview they did with Kobe, when they said, "Oh, you hired Tim Grover, you hired MJ guy. You know, what do you think about him?" He goes, "He ain't done shit for me yet. I don't know." He was like, "Yeah, he did great things for MJ, and he's done great things for other things. He ain't done nothing for me.
Right,
I don't know."
Setting the tone.
Right there.
How did you process that when you heard that?
Oh, I wouldn't expect anything else. I didn't do anything for him.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. And too many people look at the history of what they've done in the past. They look at their past wins, their past successes. These individuals, they've always when you look at that competitive person, you can always see. With Kobe, I saw it very early when in the playoffs against Utah, when he shot all those air balls. At that, he was 17? He came in the league at 17, so he was like 18 or 19 when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For most individuals, that would have just totally killed their confidence. How did he come back? How did he handle it? Did he run from the adversity? Did he run from the media? What did he do? No, he came back and owned what he did and says, I'm coming back for more. I'm coming back for more. For MJ, it was just never forgetting that he got cut from the varsity team when he tried out as a sophomore. And there's another story that, people don't know. Few people know this. So everyone told him, don't go to North Carolina. So he says, no, I'm going because you're never going to play. You're going to be on the bench. So he goes to North Carolina, and I'm pretty sure Buzz Peterson was the number one ranked player in high school that year. And he also went to North Carolina. So Dean Smith comes in and he makes them roommates. And Dean was like, he goes, Michael, I want you to meet Buzz Peterson. Buzz Peterson is the number one ranked player last year in high school, as the number one recruit. And Michael first thing goes to Dean, he goes, he ain't never played me. How can he be number one?
Now, let me ask you, when Dean did that, did Dean know Jordan's wiring, or he did not?
Yeah, he did.
So he did already. So Dean knew how to poke.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it. And he's just trying to see, because he wanted to say, okay, I know what this kid has. Now, how I just laid something out for him. First day of practice. Let's see where he takes it. All right. And then Michael's response, he ain't never played me? How could he be number one? And now people say things. Now, are they actually going to do it? The one thing all these individuals had after each championship, while everybody was celebrating, they would come and give me a hug and say, what's next? What's next? Because they're like, we can't come back the same. If we come back the same, winning is no longer going to greet us. I have a thing in the book where the bus takes you to the arena. Right? It says where it's going. You get on that bus, you win the championship, and then when you get back on that same bus after you've won the championship, the sign is changed. It doesn't say the destination to the hotel. It says this bus ride is back to hell, because if you're not willing to take that ride, this will be your last win. Every single successful person, every single one that you've had, every single win, the next one's a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit harder to get. You become more smarter, you become more educated, you know more, but you can't come back. You cannot come back the same individual, especially when you're trying to repeat at something that you've already won at. So to win the first Oscar, to win that second, Anthony Hopkins, it was 85. 85. I don't know when he won the one before that. He's
beast of a guy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But those things are just, and those are the things you look for in individuals. It's just like, what can I see in Game 6 after
Jazz?
No, this was with Kobe. Game 6, they lost to Boston. All right, and they're having dinner, and I've never worked for the organization, so there's certain things that I had to stay away from. So he's sitting there and he's having dinners with the coaches and the team, and then he's different individuals, and then I get a text to say come on down, and he's sitting down. Kobe and I were having this conversation. And this is already, remember, he's already won 3 championships. So this was going for number 4. And he sits there and he has this conversation with me, and he goes, "Man, I hit him with everything but the kitchen sink." And I looked at him, I said, "What the hell are you saving the sink for?" And he just gave me that mama glare. I said, how many times do people go through in life?
What a thing to say back to the guy. Why you? That's crazy to say that. Did his reaction to you get pissed at you, or was his reaction like, "You're right"? What's his reaction?
He didn't have to say a word.
Okay.
He didn't have to.
Got it.
We were so in tuned. He didn't have to say a word.
Got it.
The minute I saw that look, he knew exactly. He knew
Was
exactly.
he a "what do you think" guy? Was he a "what do you think" guy, or no? Meaning, like, if something's happened to the game, hey, Tim, what do you think about the game I played today?
He would want the information, but the thing is, we would only discuss things that I saw that could have been done better. But these guys are so in tune to what they do, before you even point out, they're already like, I already know, because their obligation to themselves is so much greater than anybody else's obligation to them. Mm-hmm. And they understand the difference between criticism and feedback. They know the difference between the two. And then basically the difference between the two is how you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like this little short clip from an interview I did, click over here to watch the entire interview. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.